Well, this is a first for me, Damien Calmet here, off of Instagram trying to do something live. Usually I do it through a Facebook or some other medium. But today, I'm not in the studio, I'm not in the church setting, but I want to talk to you about raising your vibrations. And I hope you listen to this. It's a very easy lesson I want to share with you today. Einstein, the scientist, if you believe science, okay, and I happen to believe science, unlike some people that we know, Einstein said everything is energy. Then Albert Einstein also said everything in life is vibration. Now, as I've taught many times, and if you follow me on my Instagram and my other writings, my other media that I do, I have said, energy can never be destroyed, only altered or shifted. So I want you to keep that in your mind. Energy can never be destroyed. That means energy that was in the 1400s, the 1500s, so on and so forth, can never be destroyed. It's only altered or shifted. Now, let's get to a understanding of a vibration. A vibration is a state of being, an atmosphere, or the energetic quality of a person, a place, a thought, or a thing. Okay, most of the time we call it vibes. I'm getting a certain vibe, or my intuition says such and such. You walk into a room and you get a vibe about a person. Everything in the universe is made up of molecules vibrating at different speeds, different levels. This includes the trees around that you might see. It includes bodies, animals, thoughts, emotions. And you can tell a lot about a person's energy when you walk into a room. But how do we change our vibration? How do we change our energy? Do you know, in the 1600s, when slavery was prevalent, we still have that same energy today. But hopefully we have learned how to change the vibrational structure that we don't vibrate on that energy. I've lived almost 71 years, and like a couple months I'll be 71. I've seen the energy of addiction. When I was very young, my grandmother used to be a gospel music artist, and I remember what it was like when we went to the big tent revivals of 10 and 20,000 people. I remember laying on the sawdust floor as Oral Roberts would sit in a folding chair, and he would roll his sleeves up, his white shirt, and lay his hands on people and pray for people, and I knew what that energy was. I have lived long enough that I know the difference between religious energy and spiritual energy. So everything being energy, what is the energy we want to flow from? Now, the one thing that I know about this God energy that I talk about a lot is that God is love. And anything that does not flow from love does not belong to the Godness. Can I say that again? Anything that does not flow from love does not belong to the Godness. Everything is energy. Every single thing. I was reading a lot during this pandemic about how that I got caught up in the Black Lives Matter, and I wanted to know, why are we experiencing this 57 years after Martin Luther King did the March in Selma and did the great speech, I Have a Dream speech? What's going on here? How is this happening? So in looking at it, I began to do my research, and I began to research how it was the Christian church that actually brought slavery into the Constitution. And when we talk about the Constitution, the colonists came here hundreds of years before they ever wrote the Constitution. And the colonists, there were the 13 colonies, and Virginia was the biggest colony. And out of Virginia, the first 15 presidents, 11 of them came from Virginia. And the people, if you do your research, that wrote the Constitution that we talk a lot about, they all were slave owners. So there is a lot of that energy still in the Constitution if we vibrate on that certain level, which we don't want to do. We want to raise to a different level. I was reading where in I think it was 1630, that the white folks used to bring the Negroes, the slaves, to church with them because they wanted to know what they were being taught. And these two black guys sat in a whites-only seat. You know what they did? They took them out and lynched them. Now, can you imagine this? That you open the windows because there's no air conditioning, and you're singing, Jesus saves, Jesus saves, and you're looking out the window, and here's these two guys hanging from the tree. What kind of energy and what kind of vibrations are we sending out into the world? What I'm trying to get across to you is that energy has never died. It's only changed and been altered, and in many ways that same energy has been more palatable. I look at what we call the religious right, and what a powerful political force they've become. And I was thinking that, well, they probably became that very political force when we had over gay marriage or Roe versus Wade. No, you know when they became a real energetic political force? It was when integration into the schools became an issue. The church, the white church as such, and I know there's exceptions, but on a whole, the white church as such did not want the blacks to be integrated with the whites. And that is how they became such a big force at that time. So how do we change our vibrations that we don't vibrate at a lower level? We have the electromagnetic field that I talk about constantly, and I talk to you a lot about how I put my feet on the ground, and I take my shoes off, and I connect with Mother Earth and ask Mother Earth to pull any negative energy from me, that I may be filled with a positivity and I may vibrate at a certain wavelength, And one of the ways to raise our vibrations is that we need to become aware of our thoughts, of what we think, because what you think becomes your reality. So we need to begin to practice thinking positive thoughts. You say, oh yeah, that sounds so good. Yeah, it does sound good, and we're not always able to do it. But as you practice more, you become able to do it. Gratitude, I have found, is one of the quickest ways to amp up your vibration. You say, gratitude, what are you talking about? Every morning when I wake up, I find one, maybe two, I find more, but find maybe one or two things that you can be grateful for. As you put your feet on the floor, I'm grateful that I have 2 feet to put on the floor. I'm grateful for the breath that I have in my life. Forgiveness is also a mighty force that raises our vibration. Now that's a big one, because you see, we hate to forgive when we're right. And we would rather be right than be in relationship. Now on Facebook, I belong to several various groups. And one of the groups I belong to is gays over 40 and gays over 50, and gay and sober men, and on and so forth. And I can't tell you how many times that I read these little articles of gay men that are my age and even younger going, oh, I so wish I had a relationship with somebody. I so wish that I, blah, blah, blah. And I think, really? how can you possibly have a relationship with somebody else when you don't have one with yourself? Because your relationship with yourself is your primary relationship. And when you have unforgiveness and you have all this crap towards even parents and things, you don't create an energetic vibration of love to come into your life. Now, I've been a student of the Course of Miracles for quite a few years now. And the Course of Miracles teaches us this. It teaches that we do not seek love, but what we seek is to get rid of the things in our lives that block us from knowing love. Can I say that again? In order to raise your vibration to a level of loving, then you must let go and heal those things in your life that keep you from knowing and experiencing what love is. As long as there are blocks in the various chakras of your body, your mind, your heart, your spirit, you will not know what it is to know love in its purest form. So another way to raise our vibration is what I'm doing right now. Go outside, take a walk around the block, a walk just anywhere. And another way is to surround yourself with people who lift you up rather than drag you down. Now, let me talk about that just a little bit. In your life, there are certain times when people will let you go, at certain times that you will let people go. Let them go. Don't run after them. It doesn't mean you don't care about them. It doesn't mean you don't love them. Do you know this past year, I had a very, 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 very close friend that dropped me. I didn't know why. I was hurt by it. And then recently the person came back into my life for just a moment. And they said, "Oh, I'm so sorry," and blamed everything they did on somebody else, didn't accept responsibility. And that was okay. I was over it. I had already forgiven what the situation was, whatever it was. And I was willing to bless them and let them go. I wish the best for them. I wish them happiness. I wish them success. Do I want to go have dinner with them or stay all night at their house? No. I have let them go. There are people sometimes that call me that I have tried to help along the way in their life with positive attitudes and affirmations, and they will text me. And I don't text back. I don't call back. I have let you go. I bless you and let you go. And in order for us to raise our vibration to a higher level where we are functioning in peace and calmness and stability and wholeness, where we actually can have clarity in our mind, we must raise our vibration. We must raise our thoughts. And as we do, our life becomes more focused. I'm trying to figure out how to turn this off now.